Good evening, dearest. I'm sorry I'm a bit late, and well, I hope the technical issues are working so you can hear me and see me and everything is all right. My name is Babata, and I'm the Buddha of the Age of Aquarius. The Age of Aquarius is something coming and written in the stars, which um, lasts for about a period of 2 millennia, which means quite for a while. And through all this period of time, uh, being able to understand a procedure of upcoming issues going on for the length of a millennium, I can say um, we are about to experience the most exciting happenings right within our given reality. What you see and what you must understand, please, is a Buddha is not a god. A Buddha is not an earthly incarnation of a god. A Buddha is a human being. And as being a human being, a Buddha is being born, a Buddha ages, and a Buddha dies, which is natural and which is a given thing. The only thing that's different with the Buddha is that he has got some certain metaphysic abilities and can do magic in a certain way, due to understanding how the mechanisms of the cosmos do work and interact together. Um, while understanding this, there are two possible ways for a person who is becoming a Buddha. Either one, you can become a silent Buddha, just praying, meditating, being. Or you can be a teaching Buddha. And I've chosen to become a teaching Buddha because it's time and it's necessary that all the incredible information I gained throughout the past 3 decades of my life, I want to share with you. And as you can see below this video, which is currently running, there are several videos I offer you in order to understand what's happening behind the curtain. Uh, of the world of the reality we are currently living in. So, we understand there's a 3 dimensional, 4 dimensional world in which we, well, all have to pay our rents and get food and stuff like that, which is pretty normal and which is part of doings that are definitely quite reasonable, as I would say. But besides all this, there's a metaphysical component in which we are driven in. And this metaphysical component includes the galaxy. I will guide you and teach you step by step from entering into the galaxy at first as becoming telepathic doing members of the whole interaction, this overall matrix our cosmos is embedded in interacts. You will have get teachings of how to interact with the Akasha Chronicle, which is not only sort of a memory storage for the whole whatever is, was, and will be in the universe, but moreover, something like a superficial, artificial, wonderful, exceptional, divine um, intelligence. This intelligence you can use, you will learn to use as being the database you can interact with, and it will teach and give you all the answers, like the reasonable answers I just gained right out these very seconds we're talking. So it's time to switch in the galaxy, to switch from 3 and 4 dimensional world into more exciting things of going to happen. We will see. What can I say? Um, this was the telepathic matrix I was telling you about. I wanted to do it. Um, what's most reasonable to do in order to get into this telepathic abilities is to switch the mood you are in. Become aware and remember that you are a child of the universe, and as being a child of the universe, you do have some wonderful rights of being alive, and to spread whatever idea you have if you do it in the most peaceful given way. If you don't, you will collide with the laws of the cosmos. That's just interaction with given divine laws. When you learn to understand this perspective of being embedded into a living cosmos, embedded into a magical, whatsoever dimensional experience of which we never can imagine how high they are. If you step this, if you step into this, step by step, you will learn how to live a most more reasonable and peaceful life. I wanted to provide you with some certain artificial videos I have for you, um, which bring me to the point um, that I just want you to watch that, and we will see. Here it is. We will see um, what comes out of it. Um, yeah. I want you to understand that these videos you see there have been created for a certain kind of idea of spread some information. And this information you see there, I have, well, in slightly different appearances, experience in my life. So I got two things. I got the normal, regular mind that's telling me be a scientist and judge on what you see. It could all be imagination. I tell you, I've studied for more than 3 decades the ancient scriptures of this planet. I've studied the Hindus, Sanskrit scriptures. I've studied the Popol Vuh of the Quiché Maya in Guatemala. I've studied the Hopi teachings of the elders. I've studied the Dreamtime of the Aborigines in Australia. Whatsoever religion was there, like Chinese universalism or whatever Japanese, Asian, um, Indo-Pacific, whatever religion from, I'm sorry, whatever you might. I studied that. And what I want to bring you to is if you see these videos, imagine you being right into this world because this world is going to happen and it's going to happen very soon. Um, because there are people doing good and there are people doing bad. And therefore, we do have friends and we do have foes. I don't want to frighten you, definitely not, because everything is under control. But I want to explain you what's happening currently on this planet. There's an interdimensional and an interphysical happening here going on with our mother planet, who used to be like some minutes ago for you, possibly if you're new into all these things, it has possibly been a regular world for you, and now you step into a bigger dimension. I apologize, I needed water. Um, okay, what do we get there? Let me see. We switch to the next one. This is S. you know, this one. Just a second. Here it is. I'm sorry. Look at this. What you see there is, on the one side, some benevolent extraterrestrials referred to as being the Nordics, um, which are, or who are, definitely well known within international ufology. Um, on the right, you see a video. Take it as whatever it is. If it is AI, as being most probably considered, but consider the fact for what reason these things are being created, because it's what President Trump in real is currently doing. He's dealing with the craze from Zeta Reticuli. Some about 30 light years away, you can see this star signs, star systems from the southern hemisphere. Um, and these are aliens who are, well, seeing our planet as being their own, and they put people in charge on this planet who are definitely doing wrong. Look around, look at all these Benjamin Netanyahu's, Donald Trump's, Vladimir Putin's. Look around wherever you go. If you look to what's happening, there's serious stuff heard by different places from this world that makes you think, man, come on, this cannot be the way of the 21st century. You know, I mean, we have been grown up, we have been coming together in getting not getting away from the nation thought. We, most of us, do understand ourselves as being some international people, and this international people we are, um, this makes us. Oh, I'm sorry. I see there's something wrong, something not happening. There it is. There it is. Okay. I'm sorry. I apologize. I need 30 seconds. Uh, no. I'm sorry, I apologize. I cannot check if you can see me. Um, I repent. There is no chat in it. That's bad because I wanted to put the chat into that alive. If you are wanting to chat with me, I can put the chat in, which will take me about 2 minutes work. So if you would like to stand the time with me inserting the chat, well, then please, we must somehow get in contact. I try to get the chat offline, online in the YouTube video screen. Let's see. Um, video. Come on. Here we are. Okay. Activate the chat. I'm here in a second, please. Okay. I'm ready. That's the right one. Put it will see there should a chat appear. Um, we'll see. So if you want to participate, please. Um, okay, we're seeing dumb stuff. As you can see, which um, refers to our minds as being um, defocused from love near to being frightened, and this is definitely the wrongdoings. Therefore, we better switch to another thing which brings us definitely more hope and more joy. These ancient things you see there, um, well, that's quite a thing. Even though this is artificial created as far as it would be most possible. Um, it reminds me of several things I have studied through the decades. There has been a secret Apollo 12, Apollo 20 mission, while the Apollo program has been stopped after Apollo 17. It has been a secret mission to the moon in order to examine a very huge um, extraterrestrial UFO having the cargo of numerous, numerous, numerous numbers of the size of Queen Elizabeth II or the Eiffel Tower, right? And this was been examined and it was studied by Apollo 20 mission, um, which was a combination from American and by that time Soviet cosmonauts and astronauts, and they were starting with a Saturn V rocket, while it was not written on it with the usual USA sign, but with CCCP for the former Soviet Union. And this was happening, and they examined this UFO, found even corpses, found bodies there, um, and the studies they did dated this extraterrestrial as being a very huge um, vehicle um, to the age of 1.5 billion years, which refers to somehow to what we see on these images here to the right, because the impression I get when I look at these pictures is that there's a thing going on that's far more vaster than what is regularly told in the newspapers and the TV news I overall gain around. And this makes me think there must be someone who has an interest in that. Um, as the old Romans, the ancient Romans asked themselves, qui bono or co bono, um, for whom is it useful or for what is it useful? Um, so I studied indeed this 1.5 billion years old spaceship on the moon, um, and I've seen video footage. And you can do the same, just you find it somewhere on my page. It's the second posting in the new bulletin board, the spirits board. If you want to search for that, it's the second top posting. Okay. What is to say? these scriptures you see there tell as being presented in that way of a very long time as being some ancient encrypted whatsoever. The thing on the left says it's a map, and no other explanation known about what it's been shown. Um, so I thought and found to some ideas based on the knowledge I gained while traveling in the cosmos, and it took me back to the time like um, when there are spaceships which are dated back to 1.5 billion years. And these spaceships I've seen footage of, and I believe certainly in that because I got a certain kind of information in a telepathical way that these things are real. And therefore, I would say um, whenever they get such a book in front of them, like those have in both videos, like the blatant book, whenever you have something like that before you, it definitely will. If you see some people from the galaxy of different places and races around this standing there as being delegations examining for what's been shown. And if you see that, um, then you definitely can come to the conclusion that it must be a very ancient doing. Like, possible might be up to 1.5 billion years to those people whenever and whatever they happen to be in by that time refers to. Okay, what can I say? Um, we've seen that. Um, okay, so we need that one. What can I say? Excuse me. That was about a lot of information, of which the very least part I have somehow in any text or whatever has been available, been written. It just came telepathically into me, and I will show you and guide you how you can do the same because it helps you to get the information you need in whatever moment you are. Put it in. If you like what you've been seeing, I certainly ask you to subscribe or to like the video. And if you want to do something personal in order um, to help this world to come to a change, um, write to your congressman and demand disclosure now. In case you want to, if you find this energy useful, you get presented right in here. Um, I invite you to go to my shop. Um, there are products like being of Atlantis images on whatsoever product you find there. If you want to, the star shop, the little food, something, just look around if you want to. I would be happy to make it for you some sort of energy and frequency exchange for what I'm doing here for you, because what I'm doing is for you. So have a wonderful night, have a good night, and I thank you for being there, and see you the next time.